Stop ignoring this foolproof commander deck. They'll help you lose 3 friends in just under 65 minutes. Hi, I'm Warren with Crackerjack Games. If you like hot cards and cool deck techs, be sure to like and subscribe. Now let's talk about Basim, Ishaq, your newest artifact storm commander. So how do you arrive at a deck like this? Oh, by the way, the Moxfield link is in the comments. Check it out. Well, you want to play a deck where Bolas' Citadel is the main win con, and you want an easy way to dig and dig and dig for it, and you want to put pressure on the table until it's time to do the thing. And that thing is storm off with artifacts, because casting historic spells like artifacts is just a good time for you. Now, like I said, we want to play Bolas' Citadel in as many games as we possibly can, so we got to find it. Basim digs for cards, which is good. We're going to play Loyal Inventor. We got a 3-mana tutor for our Bolas' Citadel. We're playing Treasure Mage, the biggest of the mages. We're playing Whir of Invention. Now, this is kind of instant speed rampant growth to put Seat of the Synod into play, but there's definitely a world where we just go and put Citadel right into play. We're also playing Fabricate to just go get it. And finally, we've got Leonardo da Vinci. So as we dig and dig, eventually maybe we loot in and discard our Bolas' Citadel and make a Thopter copy of it. It's a storm deck, so we're playing as many artifacts that cost as little mana as possible, like Urza's Bauble and Mishra's Bauble, and of course Mox Amber. We got a 2-mana commander. Why wouldn't we play this card? This is going to be the perfect deck for all you gamers who love a paradoxical outcome. Pick up all your 0 and 1 and 2 drops after you've made a bunch of mana and replay them, and draw a bunch of cards along the way. We get to play the 2 good spell bombs, and Aether Spell Bomb, which is a great removal spell or card draw, and Nile Spell Bomb, which is a great graveyard remover and card draw. Some of the most underrated cards right now, I think, in Commander are the 2 keys, Voltaic Key and Manifold Key. Being able to untap artifacts is really good. If you play the 1 ring, untapping those is great. Maybe you're playing Throne of Eldraine, that untaps for mana. Chromatic Orrery. You know, there's lots of stuff where just untapping them makes these cards really, really worthwhile. I really like Dousing Dagger in most deck. It's Lost Veil on the other side, which taps for 3 mana. And the fact that it makes 2 plant tokens doesn't really matter, because you're going to play it on a turn where you're going to equip it to Basim, and because you cast a historic spell, he's unblockable. Resurrection Orb is really good in this deck too. It prevents Basim from really having to go anywhere for too long. And then we have more digging spells like Key to the Vault, which we can equip to Basim, get in for damage, and then play a card without paying its mana cost. We're staying on theme with Assassin's Creed, so Smoke Bomb works well here. Play it for 3 mana. Give all creatures Shroud, kind of funny, and of course Basim will be unblockable. We get +1/+1 counters in this deck. I really like that. We might as well keep making our commander as big as possible, and giving him some protection is never a bad thing, so we'll play Sword of Truth and Justice. Maybe one of the lesser played swords, but if you've never started proliferating on your commander, people get scared of this real quick, and it is definitely worthwhile having. Playing off the top of our deck is kind of a theme here. So to go along with Bolas' Citadel, we're playing Crystal Skull, Isu's Spyglass. It taps for mana, and you can play historic lands and spells off the top of your deck. And the big equipment that's going to be free in this deck a lot of times with a 2 equip cost is Excalibur Sword of Eden. This card has kind of fallen in price since the announcement of Captain America. The big equipment that's free in this deck is Excalibur Sword of Eden. The prices come down quite a bit. It had spiked up really high with Captain America because you could throw it, and it usually costs 0 mana to cast it. But until we see those Final Fantasy cards, this card has come back down to where I'd say it probably belongs. Now, with Bolas' Citadel, you get to play cards off the top of your library for paying life, and that might be a problem. But we're going to try and play Sensei's Divining Top and just draw cards for as long as possible, and every time we cast that, obviously that's a good thing, because eventually we're going to find Aetherflux Reservoir and start gaining life. And this is the Storm Win Con that pretty much all Bolas' Citadel decks run off of. Cast Sensei's Top a bunch of times and eventually give everyone a big blue margarita, kind of as a treat as you treat them to the end of the game. I think this is a good Radiant Lotus deck. We're playing like 31 artifacts, so sacrificing some of them along the way, making 3 mana every time we sack one is really good. And of course, we've got the keys to help untap this thing. And I think we got a few sagas that fit really well into the deck that, again, help us dig for Bolas' Citadel. We've got Ballad of the Black Flag and the Antiquities War, which is also like a nice little win con on the 3rd chapter, which is pretty cool. And then our big spell to prevent our opponents from doing much once we're ready to lock the game down, Inventive Iteration. 4 mana bounce spell, not great. Pick up an artifact from your graveyard or draw a card, not great. But once you flip it over, it's Living Breakthrough. A flying creature with, whenever you cast a spell, your opponents can't cast spells with the same mana value until your next turn. This allows you to just start churning through your deck and essentially a blue silence effect over and over and over again. So play that historic deck you want to play. Play that Bolas Citadel Storm deck. Play Basim. Draw a bunch of cards. Attack your opponents. It's all good stuff. And since you stayed around this long, be sure to like and subscribe. Hope this helps.